Hey everyone, so today we're going to be doing another science experiment. And our science experiment today is called elephant toothpaste. And hopefully, as we continue on, you'll be able to understand why it's called that. So, like with all our science experiments, we try to have things that are going to be easy for you to access at home, or things you can get at the grocery store or like Walmart, department store pretty quickly. So today you should be able to get most of it. So today what you need is you're going to need yeast, some dry yeast, some hydrogen peroxide, some dish soap, and you can't see here, but water. You just need warm water, dish soap, hydrogen peroxide, and yeast. Um, and so we're going to see how these react together, and I'm going to show you the experiment. All right, so first thing you do is we take a funnel, if you have one. You need like a bottle or a container, something to pour all the mixture into. And you're going to want to kind of set it in a place where if it kind of gets a little messy, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So first what we're going to do is we're going to pour in some of our hydrogen peroxide. I'll put a link on the bottom that can kind of give you more of the exact measurements for things if you really want to make it exact. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and just kind of play around with it a little bit, see what happens. I think that's kind of the better way to do, or the most fun way to do science experiments. So we're going to start with our hydrogen peroxide. So we're going to pour in some hydrogen peroxide into our bottle. We're going to pour it in there. You might want to take a couple times to do this activity because the first couple times you may not get it. So I put about that much in. It doesn't have to be that much. It could be less, it could be more. Just you can kind of just play around and see what you want, and you can kind of see how big the reaction can be just based on how much you put in. Then we're going to put in some dish soap. It doesn't have to be green dish soap. It can be whatever kind of dish soap you want it to be. So we'll put some of that in there. Okay, so we got our dish soap going in there. Another thing you can do is you can add food coloring if you want to make it a different color, in case the color you get is not necessarily the one you want to get. All right, we're going to get our dish soap to kind of get in there. It's still going down. So while you put your dish soap in, then you're going to want to stir it around, kind of mix it up a little bit. So you can stir it, you can kind of see some bubbles, kind of mix it up pretty good. Okay, so you mix up the peroxide and the dish soap, so that's in there. That's mixed pretty good. Then in your other cup, you're going to have warm water. Now we want to try to make it warm and not hot or not cold, because the other ways, if you have it too cold, the yeast isn't going to react, and if you have it too hot of your water is going to actually kill the yeast, because yeast is actually a living organism. So you pour that in there. Okay, so it's in my water, and then you're going to want to stir it up. You want to stir it for about 30 seconds. I may not exactly stir it for 30 seconds, but you kind of want to get it to the mixture where it's kind of like melted ice cream. It's kind of the texture and what you want it to be. Okay. So you're kind of waking up the yeast a little bit in the warm water. You're going to do that for a little while. You want to stir it nice and good. Sometimes it might look like maybe some coffee with some creamer in it. So we have that in there. Now it's going to get activated. Okay. And you're going to kind of want to let it sit for just a minute. Just to let the yeast get really activated and to see if you need to stir it a little more. So while I'm doing this, and while the yeast is getting activated, I do want to say a couple things. Because of the mixture, because there is hydrogen peroxide in it, and there's a chance it could have some steam that will come up, we need to make sure either when you're doing it, you have like a funnel and you can step back so that you don't get the steam in your eyes, because it can really irritate your eyes. It's not going to do anything really harmful to you. Or if you just want to get really up close, you can wear some goggles, some safety goggles, or some really wraparound glasses just to protect your eyes. And so just to kind of be a little on the safe side, that way you don't have to worry about your eyes getting irritated or anything like that. So once again, we got our hydrogen peroxide and our dish soap in here. It's nice and mixed. We have our yeast and our warm water in here, and then all you're going to do is you're going to pour your warm water into your hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to get a couple extra paper towels just in case, because it can get a little messy. So again, you want to make sure you have something underneath it. I just have a little tin to try to catch some of the stuff that may come out. You could do it in a sink, you could do it outside, just in a place where it's not going to get really messy, or a place you don't mind getting so messy. Okay, so we got our yeast and our water, and we're going to pour it in, and we'll watch what is going to happen. Oh boy. There it is. You can kind of see maybe why you think they would call it elephant toothpaste, because it kind of has that toothpastey texture to it. But obviously it's too big for us to use, and so the idea is that it kind of looks like toothpaste that an elephant would use. So this is a pretty cool experiment. You get to see. So what's kind of happening is the yeast and the hydrogen peroxide are reacting with each other. There's water in there. And as they're reacting, it's kind of letting off some steam. Like I told you, the steam, so you need to be careful as you're being around it. So as the steam comes up and so all the gases expand, and then as it gets trapped in the mixture, that's what makes it come up and then come up like this and go through, the bottle. And so it's a cool little science experiment you guys can do at your house. So this is, like I said, this is elephant toothpaste, the experiment. I'll post some links at the bottom underneath the video that you can see the recommended measurements, and then also there's another link that will show more of the science behind it. If you really want to know, okay, what is really happening in this? How is it actually breaking down? So that's our experiment for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun, and we'll see you next time.